a look at this. This is a live look at New York City this morning. It's currently 77 degrees in the Big Apple. About 2 weeks ago, they were suffering from severe heat up in the Northeast. Meanwhile, they're having some pretty nice morning right now. How are we looking, Daniel?
Well, Rick, down in the southeast, we're not seeing a heat wave, but we do have above average temperatures for right now. We're currently in the mid-70s, and later on today, I think it's likely that we do reach about 95 for a high temperature. And I'll be talking more about that in just a second. But let's look at Georgia's own big city. Further up towards the north, you're beginning to see some rain entering areas of South Atlanta. It looks like right around near the airport there to begin to see these showers passing on by. So anyone going to the airport today, keep in mind some light showers are going to be possible over about the next 2 hours for them. Now, for us here in middle Georgia, we have a chance of thunderstorms later, but I think that's mainly going to be concentrated around 2 to 3 o'clock. Really right around that time is when you can expect a weaker thunderstorm or two to move on through. Don't worry, severe weather is not going to be too much of an issue. And of course, if you have those outdoor plans, don't worry either, because if you do see rain moving in, it'll last about 15 to 20 minutes before it does move on out. But better rain chances will be here for Thursday and Friday and potentially even into this weekend as well. So let's talk about the headlines. Biggest things we're tracking over the next couple of days. Obviously, the rain chances for today is something we just touched on, but better rain chances are right around the corner. And of course, we're keeping an eye on the tropics and keeping you up to date with what is going on with those two systems in the Atlantic right now. Well, the first one is officially now in the Caribbean as it passed by Puerto Rico and the Dominican. It's going to continue to make its way up into the Bahamas and eventually fizzle out somewhere along the coast of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. It only has a 10% chance to develop, and I would probably put it even lower than that. It just really doesn't have the time to eventually become anything like a tropical storm. It's just going to be a disorganized, massive thunderstorms moving into the Bahamas. We're not going to see any effects here locally. The next one, however, is one we do need to keep an eye on. This could potentially become the next hurricane of the season. It has a 40% chance to develop over the next 5 days, but it still has a long way to go. It's about 2 weeks away from reaching the U.S. if it takes that path, but as of right now, I don't think it's going to be taking that path. Yes, it might develop into a hurricane, but if it does do it too early, it's going to be very likely to eventually spin off in the Atlantic and not be too much of an issue for the U.S. But if it takes its time and the winds are favorable, it could pass by the Leeward Islands and eventually make its way into the Gulf of Mexico, where we in middle Georgia could be at risk. But I think the chances of that are also going to be very low for the day. High of 95 is expected locally. Again, some clouds will begin to move in during the afternoon with some smaller rain chances out there. No severe weather for today, tomorrow, or even into this weekend either, but better thunderstorm chances are on the way for your Thursday and Friday. Same thing for Saturday and Sunday, but I definitely think Friday is going to be the bigger day to watch out for. Now, over the next 10 days, temperatures are also going to be dropping. You're going to be looking at the 90s even as we get into early next week, and by the time we get to next weekend, a lot more sunshine is going to be expected. And now here's going to be a quick look at your fish and game forecast brought to you by Harrison's Body Shop. The best time for later on will be around 8:20. And check out this picture. This